Hello, and welcome. This is Joanna the Jewel Design, and this, I believe, will be a weekend edition. Since I am off my time schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm whenever, hopefully 2 videos a day, or a week, a day, I wish. 2 videos a week, and the last one was on Wednesday, so we are going to go for Saturday this round, give you a little weekend edition, so it gives me a few days to get into Monday or Tuesday. We are back with the purple journal, the French and purple. What did we do? We worked on cutting, folding, showing off, debating what we had from the journal kit to get things going. I showed you off this, and we did get to 1 page. I know. I'm so sorry. I did say, if you're not, I mentioned go in about 38 minutes and you could find the decoring of this lovely, cute little pocket, right? Now, I did go back, try to fix my weird cut. Put a little flower on it, and I cornered it though first just to sort of give it a reason. So when you look in the back side, you know, it's nice and rounded, and you have this little guy. So there's that for now. Plenty of writing space on this little card. So today we are going to work on 2 paper edges, and we're going to work on the trifold larger journal tag that we sort of played with the top of. I can't really pick it up right now because everything's sitting on top of it. But we'll start with the pages, and we'll decorate the tag, and then we'll have to decide if there's a pocket quickly ready to go to put it in. So that is our goal today. Straight and to the point. I have some decorative tags, or tabs, inspired by my porch prints way back when. And so using our fussy cuts, I went ahead and put a nice colored, easy cut coloring around it. And we can use these as really obvious, of course, tabs in the journal. Now that is pretty adamant. That's pretty brutal, or pretty quite a bit. So we'll have to see about that. That one sticks up really high for some reason. So this one we might definitely take off the tab part, and we might just glue it down a little ways so you see a tab, and we'll, you know, to where you have a little flower on it, but maybe not like where we normally would put it. You could add this to the top of the journal cards, tags. You could, you know, so that the journal cards are tabbed. So maybe we'll do it that way. Maybe we'll find something that sort of sticks up, and we can tab it on, like put it on the journal card or tag, so that we can pull it up and out of its holder. So I'm like, oh, those are really brutal. Like that one is really. This one isn't as bad, but I don't think I want them out. Like, I don't want them sticking up that much. I was like, ooh, no. And if you do it down here, then you're going to want to cut off this excess so it doesn't eat up all your page. So I think we're going to use it to decorate some larger journal cards or tabs. If I decide to make some kind of pocket or envelope where we want it to easily pull out, those are going to be great for that concept. So we'll use those another way. No, never mind. All right, so we have lace on the bottom of that one. So what we're going to do is 2 of our pages had an oops on the print job. When I did my back and front, they didn't line up. And so I have a white space. Hard to tell. And when I trimmed off the front, the back still had a white space. And so I didn't want to keep cutting into our page. So we're going to cover it both with lace and some washi to give the blank page, or the lighter page, some oomph, and give us a little something else to stick out. So I had this lace that came in that set of purples I was talking about. I never was able to figure out who I bought it from. So it's not in the link, but I'll keep checking. I sort of get ahead of myself, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't find it. So I'll try again. Great little sample. But there's this beautiful lace that I can cut right down the middle, and I can actually get 2 uses out of it, and it's just enough to do what we want to do today. So we are going to page decorate, and we are going to, what's the other thing? We are going to, so what's the other page? I think they're both purple either way. So this one happens to be backing this centerfold. So maybe since it's on this side, we'll put it on this one. And this guy, I'm trying to decide which one I was using. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, and we'll do this purple. They're both purple pages, so it doesn't really matter which one I put on there. I was just trying to make a deciding factor. These are pretty long. These go through the whole almost 10, 11 inches of the page. I do have smaller versions. I could cut that down if I wanted to match, so I wasn't using as much. It almost, you know, I just have a little extra. What else do I have? Now this one fits almost, this one's actually a little short of the page. If I take off the white, it comes up actually short on the page, which, it's pretty, but I don't think I want to use that one either. That's a belly band. If I want them to match exactly no matter what they're on, so the pages are the same on both ends, because if the lace matches, I could cut this one in half and use these really long pieces for something where I need to do like the bottom of something, because this would, I think, go all the way across the bottom of the trifold, almost, of the trifold tag. So maybe I'll hold on to this where I want to do a longer area to make things feel more coherent. So with that in mind, because this is not too far off, I don't have to cut too much off. I like the lighter across the top, so we'll cut the darker off the bottom. And we can cut it in half, and it gives me plenty to glue down, and we're still going to leave the top half of the lace. The goal is to go right here, and so that little bit of lace is going to show off the page. And we're going to use a little bit of border here to help glue it down. So, all right, 2 things to do here. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da-da-da-da. How is everyone doing? Hopefully everybody's doing really well. I am definitely recording on I feel the official first day of spring. I know I think I recorded Wednesdays on Tuesday, which was technically, by some calendar, that night was the first day of spring. So for me, last night was like 11:06 was the equinox. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, well, whatever. I'm like, well, but that's not the day. That doesn't feel like the first day of spring, which it was 75 degrees yesterday. Today is my Wednesday, which I feel is the first day of spring, and it's still 73, 74 degrees out. Very nice. Me and my daughters came back from a walk, so that was it's like lovely. Got our heart rate going. Woohoo. All right, so there's that and that. Now, I could, to make it easier, glue this to the lace, because I did sort of measure out the lace, and then glue it down to the page, which might be the best way to do it. Eek, I bumped into my collage piece over here. We're working with this. So this one, remember with the fun doohickeys, we're going to cluster and sort of create a little lace collage pocket on it, and then this will all get beautified into a pocket. I think we'll just do it that way. Sort of had it laid out. I was like, of course, you know me. I have it all laid out. Then I go, I have to pull it apart. But that's the idea. So that's the next thing today. But I want to move it to the side so I do not keep bumping into it, because then I'll knock it off and then forget what the heck I was doing with it. Okay, so that's in half. We need to put this in half, and I guess I need something. I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, for you guys on Saturday, you will have been into it. In our neck of the woods, we're supposed to rain on Saturday. I wanted to go out. I wanted to, it's a little, oh God, it's over an inch, isn't it? What is it? We are an inch and, not even an eighth, is it? Inch and eighth, less than an inch and an eighth. What does that make it? Half and something? Cheese and crackers. I'm not cutting this one. I guess I'm just going to eyeball it down the middle of the cutting board here, because truthfully, I've got black in the middle, and so this really is, I'm just going to sort of eyeball that. Space it out and cross our fingers, I guess. Doesn't look like it, though. It's so weary. So worrisome. Oh, God. The whole spacing, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just nice knowing that I'm dealing with both of them, and that's not too bad. Close enough. Close enough for government work, they say. That's an old saying, but I don't know if that really has a good connotation anymore, right? But anyway, Saturday. So yeah, it's supposed to rain all Saturday, and I'm really bummed because I wanted to go into our 2 cities up from us, about less than 45 minutes. 35 maybe on a good day. One of my old clients, and I used to do just graphic design work for small businesses, a yarn shop. She needed to have her unusual size, at the time it felt like unusual sizes, business card remade up and printed and all that jazz. And at the time I was working with local printers, or I would, between here and her and the client's, of course, hometown, I'd work with whatever local printer. And so I was working on business cards, and I think one other thing I created for her, but mostly she just wanted her business cards revamped. She couldn't find the guy. We had to rework the graphic. So I work with her, and I'd go in every once in a while, but she really was a knitting store. Wasn't much on the crochet side. So I was a little bummed, right? So I walk in on an occasion, and I would get something and check things out, and, but then after I know during COVID, she did stay open. She was able to, you could come purchase your stuff, and they would drop it off at, let them know, pick up times, and they would leave it outside the door because you'd already pre-purchased it and all that jazz. Now, before I do that, I was about to do, let's do inking. We should probably ink. So she did okay during the COVID, but she was getting older. And I don't know how much I don't know if her daughter took over and renamed it. I'm not sure what happened, but all of a sudden it had a new name, new owners, new management, however you want to put it. And they've been doing really well. Classes, and they're definitely more both knit and crochet. They're not one or the other. Because when you do certain things with I guess knitting, sometimes it's a very much different material for your yarn. Lighter, more wool, something a little bit more whimsical. I don't know. I guess us crocheters use a lot heavier stuff more times than not, and we don't do the more delicate work. I guess I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. My mother-in-law does both and has done some gorgeous, intimate, like lightweight, detailed. Lace, like doily tablecloth type things. But then she's also tightly knit, tightly crocheted blankets and sewn them to like fabric blankets, right? So she's done it all. She'll do fabric panels or fabric, like a big old fabric blanket, and then she'll do crochet panels and sew it into it. So I'm like, I don't know, I guess you do both. But, so anyway, I just always felt like the yarn really wasn't really set up for, for crocheters. It was mostly for knitting. So anyway, new thing, new people, new name, and they're doing a Bay Area yarn crawl. They've been doing it for the past 2 weeks, and it ends this weekend. And I wanted to take a peek up there. I wanted to see the new shop, see how they rearranged it, and meet the new people, sort of reminisce. But it's supposed to be raining all day. It starts Friday night, and it's supposed to go through Saturday for us. And I'm like 100%, like, and like 56 degrees. It's not going to be, or 56 is on Sunday. I don't know. It's not really the prettiness I was hoping for. And let's make sure I don't do extra goo down there. Let's not do this backwards. I just realized I want it. There we go. I want the prettier, lighter colored side. And let's make sure I'm doing this right, guys. Maybe this is not going to work for me because I still put glue down there. I realized that I need to make sure the lace is on the right direction. Right? Front, back, and in between. Okay, so that glues onto here, but does not glue the lace. Okay, hold on. Never mind. Never mind. We're going to do it the other way. Let's glue the lace down where I think I want it, and then we'll put the paper over the top. Let's get the lace down. That's what happens when I'm talking, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's a 35-40 minute drive, and I just don't know if I want to do it in the rain. During a natural, like, weekend commute, we don't have, our weekend commute can be just as bad as our, like, work commute. Because people are going back up to where they work to hang out, or they're going the opposite direction of where they work. A lot of them do work on the opposite end, which is funny. For our area, there's a lot of people who drive 1 to 2+ hours to go to work from where they live. And I'm like, oh my gosh, seriously? If they have enough money and they want a better place, and so they commute, or they can't afford where they make good money, but they can't afford where they work to live there, so they commute into smaller towns like our own. Ugh, we're becoming a sleeper town again. Everybody sleeps here and commutes elsewhere, and yeah, roads are crap, and the taxes are not staying put, and anyway, won't go there. But yeah, no, so it's, yeah, I don't know, it can be just as busy on the weekends as it is during the weekdays. So, here we go, I keep doing this. There we go, and this is probably already glued down. So, I'm going to have to add more glue, because of course it's already crystallized. It's not squished down anywhere. Alright, we'll just do this. They're not trying to make a tuck or anything. It's not really wide enough. And so I am definitely not going to waste that kind of time and effort trying to do that. I just want to put a washi type border, which is why I love doing these. The paper border. Now I could leave the white to a point, even though here we were trying to cover it up. I did deco edge it and distress it with ink so that it had some kind of personality to it. So I didn't look like totally, but like we did it on purpose, and we're enhancing it, not making it the other way around. So, and then it gives the lace, because it is deckled and it is inked, we have a pretty edge here, and then you have the lace on it, and then you have that on that side. So that's what I'm trying to do. Ways to cover up and hide oopsies and boo-boos. And when we're lucky enough that our digital kits give us those strips, we can, you know, do that. I thought one of my kids was going to come out the door, which is fine if they need to. Yeah, so where's what we're going to do? I figured it worked. What's up, babe? What you need?
Are you recording?
Yes, but what you need?
I'm just going, I was trying to quietly just come talk through it all.
Okay. Don't mind the daughter. She's doing her chores. It's all good. But, yeah, so this way you can cover it up. You can still use it, work it out, and give some personality. Especially when you have 2 pages and you're writing back to back. You don't really want a lot of, it's nice to have a little something. Normally we would try to ink or stamp on that page. But, alright, so we're going to do that to do this page. Now, this one happens to be near the front of the first signature. The other one is in the middle signature. I did not realize that. This one I was able to fix this side, but not this side. So they're on the same side of the pages, but they're on 2 different areas of the signature. So that makes it nice too. So I guess we learned our lesson, so we're just going to go straight for this. It worked. Sometimes I always hope it's like on a different side, like this. They're not both left sides. I hope that maybe it's on a different area. So I don't mind sometimes the same area of the signature, either front or back, or in this case, in the signature. You know, these are 2 signatures, so. But it's okay. Either way, I'm alright. I can deal. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. With the weather not so springy this weekend, I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted a day out since it's the beginning of the girls' spring break, and I was like, I got not a lot going on. We're definitely quieter this break than last break, but I'm like, well, I sort of wanted time on my own. I just wanted to go out and look at the yarn and try not to buy too much, but I do have some gift cards left over from last year's birthday and stuff, and Christmas or whatever, so I was sort of debating on, well, I could buy. I do, like I said, I need to, need some projects during the day, at night, so I'm not eating while I'm sitting at the table, on the couch. Not that I don't have products to sort half the time. The girls are getting better at helping me sort those things, so if I'm sitting there like, hey, and so they'll take a product and help. I need 5, 10, whatever restocked. They're helping me do that, which is nice. So that's pretty cool. But, alright, so maybe we'll do this time. I don't know. I probably shouldn't, because I know 10 to 1 I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to be like, I don't have enough ink, and it's, or not ink, what's the word? Again, we're going to go here to here, and this time I think I'm going to try to cut it first. I know, maybe. Let's see if I can do it. Not trying to match it completely. I just want to make sure it's not, I can get a little more ink on it. There we go. And if I have to, because it's away from the lace, I can now put the glitter glue, like, under that edge that isn't getting enough glue. Ugh. But like washi tape and everything else, we have to make sure we don't too tightly put it down, because then it buckles. And yeah, I didn't quite, I cut it short. Well, that's rude. Oh well. Me trying to cut that up to match probably won't work either. It will just be a mess if I try. But I'm going to try. Hey, you know me. Oh. Not bad. I'm like, yeah. Not as useful, not as well as I thought that would be. Okay. You try sometimes, right? Then we go, oh, maybe not. Alright, but I am loving I'm so glad we went with this one. I really like it on this, so for color, for accent. And then that's really pretty. You've got a flower, a little bit of a deckled, and then you have, some lace. So when we close it, we now have our first layer of extra yumminess. So it's going to stick out. There's no way we're not. And I do have that whole tying of the sari silk, which I was debating on. Remember, we were thinking about in these guys putting it's too thick to try to get a grommet through here. So it may be that I cut this down or we do it a different way, but I try and not crush whatever's here. I've done this before where I run it through this way for you guys, you know, and this way you guys can try and, you know, tie it in a fashion that doesn't really squish the lace too badly. I always feel bad when we go to tie it and then all of a sudden it's just squished. You know, everything is squished right there, and that's no fun. So we'll get crafty. We'll figure out a way to tie it so that it stays closed as we get hopefully fluffier and fluffier. But we have the sari silk to do that. And then I put these together. These are some elements from the store, but we have our dangles, which some of you have on my pretty florals, and we have new heart charms in the store. Heart charms. That sounds funny. The open-ended hollow heart charms. I do have them. I have a new set of like bright gold, rose gold, and antique silver. So before I think it was like an antique gold, a silver, and a sort of an antique gold. Like, well, it was like antique gold and then sort of like a darker gold. It wasn't as bright as the one we have now. So, but we couldn't get that kit anymore, that set anymore. Or it was going to be here like it was going to take 2 months, and I was like, no. So here we go. So we have 2 dangles on the ends of this for now. If we find out this is too soft or it doesn't work well, I can change it out. But for right now, we have some dangles sitting off of our book. If it bugs you, you could always go inside farther where it's thicker. You could always add it in, and I may decide. But I love having it hang off the lace, but we'll see if it becomes an annoyance or not. So we'll find out. Which it does worry me. So what I think I'm going to do is while I'm waiting, I wonder if this is our middle signature, which is fun, but I'm wondering if it would be more beneficial to clip it in there. I never know. I never use these right either is the problem. Maybe do it more like that. Nope, I don't like that either. I feel like it's not a great spot. No, a little hole's not the end of the world there. And it's pretty thick, so. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, I'll figure that out. That may not be the right lace to do it with. We may have some thicker ones to do it, but I do want them on there. So I have the dangles that will go in this journal one way or another. I want them on the ends. I just have to find the right spot in the right area. Because you do it to where you have all your, you loop it through the back. So I just got to get the right angle and make sure it is inward farther. Duh, I think I just saw what I needed to do. I think I just got my answer. So that they sit better. Maybe don't dangle so badly. I can get my fingers to work right. Doing more product prep than actual crafting. I'm out of sorts. There we go. I like that better. Okay, we're getting there. I don't want to hang and then I catch it and then rip the poor lace. That would be such a bummer. And you may decide to take them off because you can right here and decide to put them in a different spot. That is totally up to you. At this point, I don't know. All in all, this will be one I keep. Now, I did come across, like I said, I think in the last video, came across Ink and Page Journal. She has a gorgeous purple, spring light equinox type journal out. And I played with it, and I'm shrinking. I shrunk mine up to 4 up on the print work, and I'm going to make a cute, tiny little journal. I can't help myself. So anyway, we'll see. That'll be probably the next project. I know, a lot of purple for a while, but it's one time of the year where purple is my favorite thing to work on, and so I'm going to work on it, because then it's botanical and spring and summer colors and all that jazz for God knows how many months. And it's getting warm in my garage. Oh no. I said just for a day or two. When you guys see this, no, it won't be. It will not be warm. I do have Celeste got snow on the first day of spring. I was watching Candace over at Journal Me Crazy, and she was really cold. I don't think she didn't say anything about snow, but super cold, right? All right, so now, don't know where we're putting it yet, but let's work on our pretty little doohickey here. So, here is our concoction. Here is our trifold, right? So, I dug down, cut it down, got down a little farther, did the same cut, but to the top, so there's no missing spot, and the back has nothing. Now, this could be a good spot if I really wanted a tabby type thing, and I wanted this to stick out. This might be the type of thing to add to the back for one more layer. But again, as a tab, I don't think I mean, it's cut. They're made to where they're mirrored. So when you fold them, you can trim them around it and they match up. Or as best as you can. Once it's glued down, I may have to do some more cutting. At least the best you can, right? They're lined up to where when you put them together, you can glue and do it. So we'll see. Now I'm on the phone. Yeah. Like she was about to come out full blown. So on this end, I might want to use it, but I don't want to have this big old gap down here. So we might continue to cut and match it and glue it down. So it's a tab, a floral tab, but it's not as big and bright. But I do like that idea though. Okay, so maybe we'll use that one and see what happens. Okay, so I wanted to decorate this. I have a ticket. I have one of my coins. We have this cute scallop little tag, which I think we're going to tuck in. You guys can see okay? Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure where we were on that end. I want to make sure I move myself down because I felt like I was definitely going to be working up close today, so I didn't want to be cutting you off all day. I hope you're all doing well, though. I really do. Like I said, some got snow this week, some got really cold weather. Who knows? Ooh, that was not what I meant to do, but okay, we'll keep going with that. We're going to ink that up really good. Well, that's alright. Then the backs, you almost can't tell they're purple, even though I swear I printed it that way. We want some oomph back here on the front, so we're going to just ink that the same since it's a lighter pink. Now I do have pink if I really wanted to pop that in. I have green too, but... Okay, so we're going to tuck that in. It's a cute tuck spot. And I have this lace, crochet like type lace that's actually on a summer dress. We found it at the thrift store, and so little by little I'll be cutting it up, but I'm hoping to actually completely carefully undo it from the dress so I have it in more panel-like and get it up and running. But I thought when I put it down, I thought, oh, let's sort of make that a pocket. Now, hold on. Before I do that, this is where I always make the mistake, and then I'm trying to detach. Do I have any wax? Sort of, yes, okay. What I need to do actually is, I need to glue this on to where I think I want it. And then glue it onto the lace and let the lace dry and then glue the pocket down. Otherwise, I end up gluing it straight down onto the card and then I don't have my pocket anymore, which is never useful. The only thing I didn't do was ink this at all. I definitely did I used the easy cut or the fussy cut or the kiss cut coloring around my artwork on this one. And because of the details, I started trying to get you guys, with all the ins and outs, trying to get you guys more of a kiss cut coloring, sort of neutral, so that would help with the inking, help with the cutting. You didn't have to cut it perfect if you didn't want to. Some of these aren't so bad, you know, it's really not that overly detailed. I could cut this tighter, but the beige sort of looks nice on this, so it's okay. I like the fact that it had a corner feel, but we want to get, you know, I want to see that, and I want to tuck that. That upside down? No. I thought I wanted it like that, but now I'm not so sure. No. I think we're going to tuck it more that way, so it's behind the flower. Okay. No, let's do this first. We're going to go paper to paper with a glitter glue because, well, yeah. I'm just going to sort of put glue on this and then let it touch whatever it needs paper-wise, so that I've got it sort of where I want it, and I can just sort of move my little guys around. There we go. A little bit of that. It's okay too. But I want to make sure I have enough stuff. Well, and I know, so let's see, if this is Saturday, then we're about, well, a week away from Easter for those who celebrate that. Oh my gosh, right? Another holiday, which means also the end of the month. Yeah, because Saturday and Sunday, so this Saturday, so tomorrow would be Palm Sunday, and then we're a week away from Easter, and then it's the end of the month. I mean, literally, Easter is like the last day of the month this year, which is, you know, shocking enough on its own right. And you can see that my glitter glue got warm. I've got to see if I can open it. Here's another one that I did not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, please tell me I can open this. For a while I am not opening it. I'm not ungluing it. and I, you know, can't open it later. It just sort of seals itself. They've been out here the past few days. Bad me. Super bad me. Ooh, I've got some green stuff I want to make sure I don't forget about. I've got that green. I think that's too... No, it's actually not too bright. I mean, it goes with some of the green flowers, and it might, but... I may not like it on that one. I have this pretty green one, too. That's a little bit more the color scheme that I may want to use. Okay. Eek, I'm so excited. Okay, so now it's back on. Takes that pressure off. Put my pin back in place. Yeah, those little bottles I go through. Like I normally have 2 or 3 that I buy because those little bottles just, as much as I love to refill them, and I think I have one to refill. Let's see, I have a 8-ounce bottle. I think it was the only thing I could find with needle because I always worry. And then I have the bigger bottle. I think I started opening this one, so I don't know. I have a couple because I wasn't sure what I had. I really didn't need that bottle, did I? I just realized, geez. Now that I'm fighting this one. Well, it's alright. Because pretty soon they have a hard time shipping. They can't do it too cold and they can't do it too hot. So, I probably need more in that bottle too, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I have hordes of them. Sometimes, I mean, get through Amazon. If you buy it from the company themselves through Arizona, they can't, certain times of the year, cannot ship it out. Too hot or too cold. It won't ship well. So you're like, oh, bummer. But through Amazon, they aren't as picky. I don't know. I had one on, like a what do you want to call it? I had it on a, like, subscription, and it was going to come out, like, in a couple weeks, and they couldn't send it. I was like, really? You did it before. If I do it right away, it'll send it. If it got, you know, for some reason gets delayed, like you don't buy it right away, it wouldn't send it out. And I was like, really? It was really weird to me. And I was like, all right, if you say so. Even through Amazon, so I don't know. I don't know if they have some regulations too, where they're a little bit more picky about when they send it out. It is a glue. Glues and batteries, they get a little nitpicky about. Okay, so now, yeah, definitely suggest what I just did. If you're new to this and you're like, you want to glue onto a open weaved fabric, lace, anything, glue onto it first on something like wax paper or a like a shiny, slippery material, so that when you press your paper items into your open weave, it doesn't stick down, and then you can make a pocket out of it by just gluing the edges that you want. Did I not ink enough? I'm like, wait, I think I have the purple ink on it, but nothing much else. So it looks really blah. I'm like, wait, it looks a little blah for me. And I'm getting into that corner, so I don't want to get too much ink on anything. Not that a little brown ink on this would be a problem. But I'm loving the details to our little pocket here, or our little tag here. Turned a corner puncher into a tag topper type cut. So I'm stoked about that. I'm like, ooh, I like that. Plus we made this lace a little more substantial by putting paper items on it as a pocket. Because by itself it may be flimsy and it really wouldn't hold anything in it. Unless you glue enough edges. If you glue enough edges, then yes, maybe. And we do. God, I hate when we do that. We'll put lace pockets on the back of the covers. But yeah, we glue down or sew in 3 sides. So it definitely helps it stay. I am doing this one end also. So it just has a direct down so it doesn't fall out. Since this will go into its own pocket, we don't want to, what's the word? I'll do that. Hold on. We don't want it to, make sure I know where my pocket is, so everything seems to be holding out where I want it. And then we can just do this. Perfect. So you've got a little guy to stick out, so maybe I'll put a little something on the top of him to make it more obvious that it does come out. Well, I do have a little bit of green, but I don't know if I want to do... That feels a little heavy even as a... Ow. Itty bitty purple through the edge. I like to use just like a little like bunny ear kind of cut. Hold on. I'm trying to see what scraps I have over here that I haven't mutilated too terribly. Sometimes a scrap works above there where you don't need to put a lot in there. And it gives you the feel of what you need. I made the cutest scrappy tassel the other day and I'm like, but my luck, I don't have enough stuff to actually make it an ongoing thing. So here we have, let's see, triangle. I could bunch it up and make it stick up. Maybe something like that. Even if I don't want to staple it because then I got to put something on the other end. But then again, I had about, where's my stapler? Of course, hold on. I have a thought, people. We'll do the little tiny stapler to keep it in place. If I can do it without getting my fingers. And then I can see what itty bitty, I have pearls to cover that up with. I have my pearls from the shop. I know, from the shop. Can't help it. Hard part is going to be getting it, I want it slightly gathered. I mean, I guess I could glue it down. I hate doing any of this where we see it, you know. But I want it gathered. Nope. Missed completely. Well, then fine. We're going to glue it down. I thought maybe it'd be easier. Ha ha. I don't want to rip. Aha, there we go. Okay, so then in that case, yeah. So I started putting weird strips of things on the edges, like and through a bowl pin, you know. And I was just like, oh, that's nice. And it's a nice way to keep it together. So like a tiny little strip, like a tiny little piece would have gotten lost otherwise, right? But I was like, well, wait a minute. All right, so we'll go back to the front. We'll go back to the front because I can hide it. Because I have pearls over here that we can put on it. Because I don't think... I do have the green dots, but I don't know. I'd have to do a cluster of them, I think, to get it to do what I want it to do. Sorry, now I gotta figure out how I had that where I get enough of a cuteness. Using these little thumb things, which I don't even know. I think they were a Dollar Tree thing. I don't think they have them anymore. At least ours don't. Now I can either do the green, which 3 of them in a cluster might work, or we do one of the 5 sizes of my pearl sheets, which are partly sticky. So if we want to keep it more elegant, I can go, and it covers it up. And do sort of like that. Doesn't mean I can't put green on each side of it. I have ideas. We'll do both. You can't decide, use both. Because then when you can't decide, add glitter. When you can't decide, add more bling. Just go for it. So anyway, we sell these cute little sheets. And I keep covering it up so you can't see it in the glass, but they're really pretty. There's 5 sizes, 2 of each size, and they go across, what, 6 times, 7 times? There's like 7 rows, 5 sizes, 2 of each across, yeah. Nice little sheet of sizes when you don't want to, you don't use pearls a lot, but you want to have them in your stash. Great way to do it. Because for a while there, Michael's didn't have the one size only massive sheets. We've had to find them everywhere else, which gets, again, annoying, right? And then who else? Like, I don't know. Everybody's sort of just making it harder and harder for us to find things. So when we can, we're trying to get them for you guys so that you can have a few and not have to buy them in huge amounts, which is the whole purpose of the store. At least on my end, like, I don't need a lot. So I don't want to be stuck with hundreds of something just because I want to use a few. And I figured, well, other people had to be in the same ballpark. So I thought, well, I have the capability. Might as well... I don't know, I have the capability, but I'm making the investment, I should say. And some help from my mom, you know, to make this a joint effort. You know, we're taking things from her stash, and I'm buying what I can, and we're just, you know, making the most of it. So, okay, it looks like a little face. Oh my gosh, actually... I don't know if you guys see it. Maybe it's just me being a kid. Sort of a bunny. It looks like lace bunny ears, a big poofy nose, and 2 eyes with eyelashes. Those are really big nose for a bunny, though. But I don't know. Or the bunny tail, or I don't know. I know, I see a face. I can't help it. Okay, then. Well, aren't you just adorable? And all your goodness. If it's sticky, I feel like I want to put glitter in there. I see sticky. And I have more glitter here. I have more basket. I don't know what's up. I think it's just the, there we go. It gets going and I get, again, pressure. And so it just keeps bubbling. And I sort of keep it on its side because sometimes when I'm using this, I don't want to be dropping it down. And I know I need to refill it, but that bottle came barely full to begin with. And so when I poured it in there, I didn't fill it up because so much of it was not where it was supposed to be. Glitter. I don't have any glitter out anymore. I had all the glitter out in the world from the holidays. And now I don't have any out, guys. Oh my goodness. So I have purple. See my box. I got pink. I got purple-ish dots. But do I have any actual purple? Aha. I have larger pieces too, but I don't want the big pieces right now as I bump into you and pray that doesn't fall on my head. Okay. Who knew how much decor this was going to be? I didn't know. It's like I gave it hair and a nose, and I don't know. Into my wear. Why not? Ta-da! Very glittery. Very blingy. Something on the top there where we can see... Oh, that does not go back in there. Need a brush, need a brush, need a brush. You can definitely see there's something there that you could probably pull out of a pocket, which is great. We're going to put it in another pocket, so I guess we better go figure out where we want to put that. Probably in the front, because we have the first pocket already in the back side. That did not come off. Who knew that glitter does not come off? Waxy sticker paper. It's the backing when you get sticker books. When you pull all your stickers off and you pull the pre-cut stuff off, this is what it's left with. And I use it for watercolors and other things, but glitter does not come off it. Oh, good to know. Glitter does not come off. Okay. I guess I better keep that purple out because it looks pretty. So we have a pocket. We have a little tabby in it. We have a 3-part, and we want to... See, it's still gooing. Alright, let me cut this really quick. We're going to make it work in our favor because I really don't feel we need all of this. This is like way too much for the top. And since we have the glue, we're going to put it to good use. Normally something I would just glitter glue, but I have the excess, so I don't want to waste it. And so, yeah. You do that, and you do the top, or opposite of whatever isn't going to be touched. Let's see. Okay. Down just far enough that we see it, but we're not feeling like it's overly done. But see, now we have 3 layers, 3 edges. There we go. And we definitely need to ink distress and work this tab. Because we need dimension. And then it makes that back page that you're writing on a little fancier. There's a little something going with it, right? Because we have like the whole inside to write on. With the beginning of your writing side is there. Then you have your decorative side. When you open it up, you could still put words. You could do some writing in there if you wanted to. You could put a pocket in here. You could put more in this, and you never know. If I have extra pieces, that's probably what we might do. Okay, keep this upright. It's just leaking. I do not like wasting all that glue. We found a good place for our tab decor. Now we've got to find a place for our pockets. Now, I thought I used that page a lot in this document. Wow. Okay. So we did how many pages in? We went, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th page in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our 6th page in. So we can't do it there, and we don't want to be covering up writing space. We did decide we didn't want to cover up writing space any more than necessary. So I can either, now that covers up that whole prettiness. You could put it on this side. You see the tab a little bit because it is double-sided. It works. I don't have to worry about putting it inside or out. we want maybe the double pocket, because then that gives us, where is the other half of the pocket? There it is. Gives us a little bit more width, and then we can just glue this one on and put something small in the front. My mailman just showed up. All right, maybe let's try that. Let's get some glue going. Now, the only thing I did notice that when we put the gusset on all 3 corners to make it thicker, it does make this a little harder to attach. So I either line it up and trim this off, which I could fold it around. That way the whole thing pops off. Because normally I will offset them to make it wider. But to do that, I'm going to want to flatten that out. Otherwise I feel like it gets a weird bumpiness and it's going to bulge from the side. So instead, this does fit, right? After all of that, yes, okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to glue it down and we're going to fold it around the edges to just trim it off. Maybe we'll just decal the edges a little bit and give it some dimension and stuff. All right, how am I doing? I'm excited. I'm getting going. I'm 46 minutes in, not too shabby. Okay, that works. And my everything is full. I'm like, for some reason, I feel like I am working on a tiny little space. Probably because I am, or I feel like I am. I have everything out, so it's like, oh, right. So both sides, I think all 3 sides, we're going to try and do a little bit of decaling so that there's some dimension. And when we ink it, it doesn't look so flat. Let's see if I can get this out far enough. Don't really want to make it too much smaller, but if it does a little smaller, it will sit inside that other pocket. The other pocket will work its way through color-wise, and it'll give us a nice... Now, I do need to measure this because I want it to stop where this one ends, or end where this one stops. There we go. Right there, okay. I know, sort of looked at it, measured it, eyeballed it. Haha. Eyeball cutting, what you do not do in most fields. Which you should not do in most fields. There we go. Okay. So we do the double pocket, and I think it's going to be great for journal cards. And we're going to ink this. Well, there we go. We're going to get 2 pages done. 2 pages edged. We've got the front, we said that tag all done. And we're going to put the pocket together where it's going to actually live, which makes that even better once we have a place for it. We know exactly where it's going to go. Let's put some, yeah, these lighter pages, I definitely like doing the antique old photo ink on it because it just, I don't know, just feels better, works better. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope the weather, I don't know, matches your mood, or you can make the most of it and really enjoy whatever is left, whether it's winter, still winter, or beginning of spring. However that works for you. I said I'm going to try to make the most of it, but a little bummed, but you know, would like to not be rainy when I'm out and about, but if that's what I really want to do, I guess I'll have to deal with it and drive that rainy commute up 30, 40 minutes to the store, this cute little store, because a lot of our craft stores are not nearby. Our Hobby Lobby, our Joann's, a place like a yarn store or a fabric store, they are all pretty much 30 plus minutes away. Michael's even, if you want to call that, you know, it's a craft store, but not quite always the craft store we want. Even that is a little over 20 minutes away from me. Not like 20 minutes down the road to in our town. It's in another town, another county, technically. So, yeah, nothing is nearby anymore. So, going, you know, the 35, 40 minutes up the road is not anything new for us. It's just like, oh, sort of a bummer. Now, I could glue this down. I think I normally do. I normally try to glue sometimes this down, but because we're making it deeper, I probably will not. We'll leave it upright as a guide, but we won't actually glue that down. So where was there it is. Okay, And I do like it on this purple page. It makes everything pop because that's sort of blah, and this gives it, not blah, but beige. So it gives us some color to help every color stick out on the next one. So that looks purple. Why does that look purple? All my ink, maybe it's all the coloring. It's probably just reflecting. I'm like, why does it have a purple tint to it? I'm like, I think it's because the paper's a little light. Definitely getting warm in this. This light definitely is warm, which is a little bummer to be bright enough for my phone to do its job. The light gets warm. Okay. We're gonna line up with one of the music page lines. We're gonna press down on our cute little tabs here. Our little folded tabs that are gonna make this a thicker pocket to hold more. And then I'm going to carefully, whatever thin thing you have to help sort of get in between the grooves so that you know that the tab is down and not your whole pocket. Never a good thing when you go and you're like, oh, why did that not stick and why is that caught and nothing fits in there now. Usually there's always an edge here that I have to work with because I always seem to knock it loose. Now normally, yeah, I would glue this part down. I would glue this down so that nothing would fall out, but because of the way it's done, I think we are just fine. Oh, and it fits nicely to where this doesn't get in the way. You can see it. You pull it out. So far, everything seems to be holding and not catching on anything. So, oh, that just worked out beautifully. Yay! And in the book, you have this tiny little bit of something indicating there's something on that page where you could open up to it. And then you could pull your tag out, and we'll put something small in the front. I almost want to put the file folder, but I think that might be too much. Ooh, that did fall down though. It fits, but then it does sort of block what's behind it. So you would pull this out. I don't know if I want to do that. So what if we did more of the same? Well, let's see that matchy. That's a little matchy. A lot of the same paperwork. I gotta work on the other papers. I thought I had more of these. Oh, I did. And the other one's in threes, huh? Well, that is a writing card. We ink it all the way around. You could see it. Didn't we have one on that side? But we did. It's in the thing, huh? I think my sideways one is... Well, we could put little guys in it. Maybe I have other things. I probably have other things we could put in here. I'll have to see what other little tidbits that we could just fill it with so we don't block all the pretties that you can see them, but it is a full pocket. So, all right, we'll do that tentatively. I know I have other things, so let's see. I really do have a pile of stuff over here, which is just, you know, crazy. I could do that so you could see it's light on the dark so you could see something. I'm not repeating too many of the same images, but all right, either way, I'm loving it. We are getting somewhere. But there it is, another pocket, another page, all done, ready to go. Yeah, more green, huh? But I sort of want to expand on the green down here. I can probably go forever. Once I get going, I really can. It is definitely an ongoing thing. I get going and then I get off with you guys and I just keep going and then or get it prepped and I end up with shorts or, you know, something, but that's for any one more. But it's been busy, so we'll see. Don't know what the next one's going to be. I was going to do this I was going to do this a very different way. And I'll just put it in the middle. Maybe. I was going to do this a complete different way to see how it turned out. But I had enough of the project sort of prepped that I was like, well, no, I think I have something to do, so maybe not. And now with our glitter up there, I want to put some more pretties elsewhere. Oh, that threesome. Oh. Yep, I could just keep going forever. I could never stop. I don't know. I'm going to make another little cluster here with some leaves right there, so I just want to do that. I like just enhancing whatever's there. I really do. Makes me happy. But I think I'm going to go about middle here for the green to expand on what's green down here. About middle of the pocket. We'll add some green diamante, like rhinestone, gemstone, faux gemstones for sure. Nice and flat, fun to do. They're stem, they're strung together, so you can cut down as far as you want. Well, there we go. We're adding some bling. Adding some bits and pieces, so we'll see what else I end up with and see if there's something else that ends up in this corner or not. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think I'm going to leave you there. There we go. We've got our goodies. We got our page, page edges done with some dangles on them, ready to go. We have our double pocket with a crocheted lace pocket on the front of a trifold large tag, which is nicely decorated, different, cut and decorated a little differently on the top, leaving the ability to completely write on the back for writing space, since this is a little harder to write on. Could have been written on, but not as easy as it could be, so we're going to make it nice and writable with little bits of ephemera and large pieces of ephemera that even has a tag on it, so you can easily find the page. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining along. Really do appreciate it. It's been great. Been enjoyable. It's been productive. Love it. And I will see you next week. Probably with more purple. It's going to be purple. At least through Easter, and then we'll see. I'll try to give you guys a break after that and just show it to you whenever it's done, I guess. I'm like, I might just then have to take a break, finish it up, and jump on with the finished product. But I do have a mini project that I probably want to show you guys. That one may just be maybe a cover and sewing in the signatures that are ready to go. And I get to show off that little project. But yeah, I am really looking forward to that too. So if you love purple and green, I have my French purple kit. There are other people out there like Ink and Page Journals who have gorgeous purple and green kits also. If that is your thing and you don't see it as often and you like to collect those, there are definitely a few of us out there that have that capability. So love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining along with me this weekend. It's not an Easter, it's not a holiday weekend quite yet, but I'll see, I got all my journal cards, so all my thick ones. It's not quite a holiday weekend quite yet, so I do appreciate you joining along, depending on who's at home, how often you're home, and what's coming up for your breaks. But otherwise, my everyday crafters, thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me a little bit of your weekend time. And we will just see you all again next week. That is the goal. On the fly, ready to go, having fun, and enjoying all the bits and pieces. I finally picked the flowers for the front, so we're one step closer there. But I don't want to ruin that trying to decorate the inside. So that will definitely be probably the last video I do with you guys. But whether it's the next one or not, I don't know. So lots to do. So love you all very much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.